several areas in Mexico, October 10, 2023, where big storms bring flash floods that cause serious damage.
¿Qué le pasó, Janfrey?
Me ahogué.
¿Se ahogó? Ah.
Aquí estamos en Zapata City, ya sacaron las lanchas.
Tropical Storm Max made landfall in Mexico's southern Pacific coast Monday as the country braces for a second punch from Tropical Storm Lidia, expected to hit Tuesday as a hurricane in a different part of the country. Max was located about 40 miles east of the resort town of Zihuatanejo with winds of about 60 miles per hour and was moving inland at about 7 miles per hour. Mexico's Civil Defense Office said Max was causing torrential rain in the states of Guerrero and Michoacán.
Miren, el río está a punto de desbordarse por la Nuevo León.
The storm was expected to quickly weaken. However, the U.S. National Hurricane Center and Mexican authorities warned of the possibility of flash floods from both systems. Lidia was gaining strength farther north of Mexico's western Pacific coast and was expected to make landfall Tuesday as a hurricane on a stretch of coast north of the resort of Puerto Vallarta with winds of up to 100 miles per hour. Hurricane warnings were in force for the resort of Puerto Vallarta and the surrounding coast. Lidia was expected to pass near or over the government-run nature education center on the Islas Marias, but the islands are frequently hit by bad weather and are mostly unpopulated. On Tuesday, Lidia was located about 375 miles southwest of the Islas Marias and was moving east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Its wind increased to about 70 miles per hour, but the storm could have winds as high as 100 miles per hour when it made landfall in Nayarit State around Tuesday.
Muy buenas noches, seguidores de Tráfico Puebla. Me encuentro en la calle 15 Norte, esquina con la avenida Héroe de...
Authorities in the neighboring state of Sinaloa canceled classes in preparation for the impact. On that forecast track, Hurricane Lidia should approach the west central coast of Mexico within areas under a hurricane warning letter on Tuesday afternoon and then make landfall and move inland over west central Mexico later on Tuesday evening and into Tuesday night. Hurricane Lidia is expected to produce between 4 until 8 inches of rain with locally higher amounts of up to 12 inches through Wednesday across the state of Nayarit, southern portion of the state of Sinaloa, and coastal portions of the state of Jalisco in western Mexico. Those heavy rains are expected to produce flash and urban flooding along with possible mudslides. Hurricane and tropical storm conditions are expected to reach the warning areas later on Tuesday afternoon, and preparation for the storm should be completed as soon as possible. dangerous, threatening storm surge is also expected to produce significant coastal flooding near and to the south of where Hurricane Lidia makes landfall. Lidia will begin to rapidly weaken once it made landfall and begins to move inland. The terrain of western Mexico will play a large role in the total rainfall that Lidia spreads onshore, especially the Sierra Madre Occidental mountain range that runs northwest to southeast across western Mexico. As the air is forced upward and cools over the higher terrain, water vapor condenses and a higher concentration of rainfall can occur along the windward side of the mountains. When tropical systems interact with orographic features, the mountains can have a similar effect of squeezing water out of a sponge. As a result, flooding issues can be enhanced. Forecasters say that mudslides and flash flooding will be a major concern in locations slated to receive heavy rainfall totals from Hurricane Lidia. Some of the moisture and energy from Lidia may transfer to the Gulf of Mexico and perhaps be joined by a second budding tropical system in the Pacific during the middle to the latter part of the next week.
Creo que van a venir por nosotras en lancha, güey.
Forecasters have designed a moderate risk for tropical development in Gulf of Mexico from October 10 until 12. Regardless of gaining tropical characteristics, there can be pockets of steady rain along the Gulf coast of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama later next week as the energy surges eastward. While the storm was still offshore, subsiding air on its outer edge, temperatures reached 34.6 degrees Celsius with 180 mph winds.